What's going on, y'all? So in this video, I want to talk about rational functions, specifically how to find intercepts and asymptotes. Okay. Now make sure you like and subscribe so that you know when new videos come out and all that kind of good stuff. So before we talk about how to find intercepts and asymptotes, it's important to understand what they actually are. So it's two kinds of intercept, x-intercept and a y-intercept. Okay. An x-intercept is where a graph crosses or intercepts the x-axis. Y-intercepts are where a graph crosses the y-axis. Okay. Let me do this here. Let me put a little dividing line here because I want to make sure this is a bit more easily seen. Now, think about it. Now, this is something that you learn even in like Algebra 1. When a graph crosses the x-axis, so if you think about an xy plot, you think about an xy plot, when a graph goes and touches or crosses the x-axis, what is true of y, the value of y at that point on the graph? That value of y is equal to 0. So literally, to find an x-intercept for a function, you set y equal to 0. Okay? And then conversely, when you're looking for a y-intercept, that is where x is equal to 0. Okay? Very easy to find. Now, what is an asymptote? All an asymptote is basically a line, an imaginary line that a graph approaches, but never touches. So just to kind of briefly illustrate that, and I'll illustrate it and then get my space back on this screen. So if you have an XY plot, you have a graph that looks like this. What happens is as X increases, this graph is getting closer and closer to the X axis, but it never touches it. Now it may look like it touches it if you draw it further and further out, but it just gets closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer without ever touching. That would mean that the x-axis, or in other words, y equals 0, in this case, for this particular graph, would be called an asymptote. Okay, so that's what an asymptote is. Now let's talk about how to find x-intercepts and asymptotes. Okay, now let's look here for f of x equals 2x over x plus 4. First, let's find the x-intercept. So that means we're going to set y equal to 0. Remember, y equals f of x. So in other words, set f of x equal to 0. So where f of x is, we're going to put a 0 in its place. Okay? So 0 equals 2x over x plus 4. We cross multiply. That ends up being 0. Let me do an arrow here. So that ends up being 0 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. And then the x-intercept x is equal to 0. Okay? Okay, what about the y-intercept? That means we set x equal to 0. Okay? So that's really f of x when x is equal to 0. So f of 0 equals 2 times 0 over 0 plus 4. Okay? And so that just ends up being 0 over 4, which means y equals 0, or f of 0, however you want to say it. Okay? Now, what about the asymptotes? So so we're going to find two kinds of asymptotes here. We're going to find vertical asymptote and horizontal asymptote. So a vertical asymptote is just a vertical, it's up and down, okay? Just going to abbreviate these. But think about this. A vertical asymptote is going to be located wherever the denominator is equal to 0. Because think about it. The denominator being set equal to 0, it represents a point where the whole thing kind of explodes, so to speak. Okay, it's a discontinuity. So what happens as x as a denominator of a function? No, think about a fraction. Let's say you have um, let's say you have 1/8, okay? And then you have 1/4. 1/4 is bigger than 1/8. And then you have 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. And then you have 1 over, 0 0.5, which is what, 2? That's bigger than, you know, 1 over 2. So like the smaller and smaller that particular fraction gets, the closer and closer that that bottom number gets to 0 without touching 0, because 0 represents a discontinuity, the bigger and bigger that fraction gets. It gets huge, if that makes sense. So that's where vertical asymptotes will be located, where denominator is equal to 0. So we're gonna set denominator equal to 0. Okay, so x plus 4 equals 0. And then that means that there's a vertical asymptote at x equals minus 4. Now, what about a horizontal asymptote? Okay, so a horizontal asymptote, as you might guess, is going to be an asymptote that is horizontal. So here you have to pay attention to a couple of things. So you have to look at the degree. I meant to say degree of the polynomial, the top and bottom polynomials. Okay, so if like here, let me do it this way. So if the top function has, okay, let's say this x to the m over x to the n, and you're looking at the part of the polynomial with the highest degree on the top and on the bottom. If the degree m is less than the degree n, then that means, let's see, the degree m is less than the degree n. So that means there is a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0, or in other words, at an x-axis. Okay? If, and let me underline that so it's more easily seen. So if m is equal to n, then there's an asymptote um, now it's important for me to, let me write this. Asymptote at a over b. So what happens is basically you have a situation where once the stuff gets sufficiently big enough, because the degree of the top and the bottom is the same, then what you have is it ends up being just the top divided by the bottom, and you can basically say that um those x's kind of go away, and so what's left is an asymptote, a horizontal asymptote that the rational function is approaching, which ends up being the coefficient of the top highest degree over the coefficient of the bottom highest degree. So in other words, a over b. So, and I'm gonna have to write this here, and I'm gonna do a second part of this video to do this problem. So in this case, the highest degree up top is 2, the highest degree on the bottom is 1, because you see, I'm saying degree. What I mean to say is the degrees of the polynomials up top and bottom equal each other. So the horizontal asymptote is going to just be located at the coefficient, the fraction of the coefficient. So 2 over 1, which is um, otherwise known as y equals 2. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay, now let's find the intercepts and asymptotes for the following function. F of x equals 4x squared minus 1 over x squared plus 4. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I don't really have to do it for this particular problem, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's important for other types of rational functions that we'll do this to. So just for kicks, and it might make things a little easier as well. So this ends up being f of x equals, you can factor that, so that's 2, that's a difference of squares, so 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, and I guess the bottom is not a difference of squares, it's just x squared plus 4. So that'll stay that way. It's just a good exercise to do that because sometimes you can see things that can uh, cancel out in the top and the bottom, and then you'll have what you call holes, but we won't worry about that now. All right, so the x-intercept. So remember, the x-intercept means y equals 0. So we're going to set, in place of f of x, we're going to put 0. So 0 equals 2x. Actually, in this case, I'm going to leave the numerator how it was because it's probably just going to be a little easier that way. So it's going to be equal to 4x squared minus 1 over x squared plus 4. So then that becomes 0 equals 4x squared minus 1. Add 1 to both sides. 1 equals 4x squared about 4. 1/4 equals x squared. Take the square root. And then x squared, I mean not x squared because I just took the square root, sorry about that. So x is going to be equal to plus or minus 1/2. Okay, y-intercept, remember that's where x is equal to 0. So we're going to sub in a 0 everywhere that we see an x. So f of 0 equals 4 times 0 squared minus 1 over 0 squared plus 4. This goes away, so you end up having negative 1 over 4. So y equals negative 1 over 4. That's where the y-intercept is. Okay? Now, what about asymptote? So what about vertical asymptote? Okay, and so remember, that's where we set the denominator equal to 0. So x squared plus 4 equals 0. Okay, subtract 4, subtract 4. Then you have x squared equals negative 4. Take the square root. And now we have what you would refer to as no real asymptotes. No real vertical ones, that is. Okay. Uh, yeah. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Let me see something here. Okay, so there are none, essentially, no real ones. Okay, and then you have horizontal asymptote. Writing a little bit too fast here. So remember, what we want to do here is we want to look and see the degrees of the highest degrees of the top and bottom polynomials are the same. So we're going to take the ratio of the coefficients. So that's going to be 4 over 1 or um, y equals 4 for a horizontal asymptote. Okay. And let me box those in as well. All right, so we just talked a little bit about rational functions and kind of done the intro on how to find x, y-intercepts and vertical and horizontal asymptotes. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. I will record some more videos where we get into, a couple of other situations with rational functions. All right, let me know if it was helpful. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you need math tutoring or you need SAT math help, look in the description to find out how you can sign up today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in touch with Math Swap Tutoring on YouTube. Have a good one.